All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Success Stories of People Who Have Side Hustles. My name is Marisa Maggio-Harelson. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm delighted to share a little bit about my story. I've been doing these little episodes every Wednesday for the last 4 weeks, and today we have three special panelists that are going to be sharing with us. Jeanette Palmer in Weiser, Idaho. We have John Brooks, who is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and we have Dr. Pratishka Gandhi, a cardiologist, world-renowned cardiologist, by the way, in California. And I'm super excited to introduce you to these people because we are all part of a community of people that truly are passionate about health and wellness, first and foremost. And because of that, there was an opportunity introduced to us at certain times. So everybody's going to share their story. For me, many of you have heard it, but for those that are new, I was introduced to an amazing company because of the compelling peer-reviewed research, the science of beautiful products that activate the body, not supplement the body, to activate our gene expression. And I was blown away. I teach yoga and meditation. I'm a former television news reporter and anchor, and I had a health beat during those days. I was always into health and wellness. So anything that had anything to do with just helping me be better and age better, then I was very open to listen to. Never had a side hustle, always worked for people, always built other people's dreams. And that was okay because I didn't know anything else. I didn't know another way to earn income. I did not grow up in an entrepreneurial family at all. In fact, there was a lot of hardships about part of that growing up. And so I didn't know to look for anything. So really it was by chance of overhearing a conversation at yoga that I am where I am today. And I'm just so blessed that I was open, because in the process of, going, wow, you mean I could over time not have to actually go to a job that I wasn't that passionate about. Success, you guys, is not about money. Success is about doing something that you're passionate about. That is success. And so when I saw something that was introduced to me, just like I hope that many of you feel the same way about what you're doing in your life. But when I saw the compelling science of this, and I saw also an opportunity to create income that could be life-changing, that could also create a legacy for my kids, I was really open to learn. And when I learned even more about a company at the forefront of a new science, a new modern science, when I learned about a company that was publicly traded, that had all the components of what, if you were going to invest in a company, what that would look like. It had all the components for success. So I jumped in, and what I didn't realize is that I thought the whole world would jump in with me. So that does not happen. And that's okay, because what happens, what I've learned through mentoring and through connecting with other entrepreneurs in the world, and some of the very top in the world, is that to be successful in life, you have to get outside your comfort zone. And you have to do things that other people wouldn't do. So I feel like I just grew up all over again 8 years ago. I felt like I started my life all over again 8 years ago. And with that, yeah, I had some people that didn't get what I did. And then I had to kind of get over that. I'm so over that now, because I know my success is about what I know I have to help other people. And so you're going to hear from a few other people today why they're doing this. And I tell you, just with everything that's going on, I'm so blessed and grateful each and every day that, because I have amazing health, and also I'm able to have choices in the world. And so these other people, there's my husband, we get to work at home together, and sometimes it's good. And it's just fun. And what I love is that I can do this business as long as I have this, and I have technology by my side. It's pretty awesome. So with that, we're going to go first and foremost to Weiser, Idaho. And I've always heard that name, and I've just never been there. And Jeanette Palmer, and I just absolutely love Jeanette. I've gotten to know her over the years. Never would have known her had it not been for this incredible business. But she's been a full-time work from home entrepreneur for 5 years. She has owned the bricks and mortar. She's owned a coffee shop, which I've always thought about how fun that would be. She even published her own magazine. That's amazing. She's a mom, and believe it or not, she's a grandmom. She looks like she's 10 because she's activated, by the way. So Jeanette, let's go to you in Weiser, Idaho, and just thank you so much for being on today and just being an inspiration to people and sharing your story.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet, Marisa. Gosh, what an honor to be on with, all of you guys today. Yes, in Weiser, Idaho, a lot of people say like the band, and not quite spelt the same, but yeah. So yeah, tiny little town of 5,000 here in Weiser. And like Marisa said, I've owned multiple, businesses. I've dabbled in lots of different things. And the reason for that is the moment my first daughter was born, I have 3 beautiful girls and now 1 beautiful grandbaby daughter. And the moment she was born and I looked at her, I thought, I want to be present. I want to be part of her life. And I knew by watching my parents that by working that job that, every single day, punching that clock, building someone else's dream, I wasn't going to be fully invested in their life. I didn't want to have to ask somebody if I could go to something of theirs. I didn't want to ask for permission to leave and go watch a sporting event or just be a part of. And so I always knew I wanted something, but I didn't understand what it was I was looking for. So I did. So a friend of mine and we made baby clothes and like our baby items. We did, and we sold them to little shops in town and in our area. And so we tried that, and that's hard work. It was our own little sweatshop. Then I decided one day, I said, I'm gonna do a magazine. And my husband was like, "Oh, you're crazy." And I said, "Nope, I'm gonna do this." He goes, "Okay, go for it." So I did. And so out of my dining room, I ran my own magazine. And it was great and it was awesome and I loved it, but I distributed all the magazine, all 30,000 of those every single month. I had to distribute them myself, and I had to write the articles, and I had to find the advertisers, and I had to do all that stuff. So then in 2007, market crashed. My husband got laid off, and we were looking at something, and we said, what do we do? So we said, let's own a coffee shop. So we took all of our savings, we invested in buying a coffee shop. We loved it. It was awesome. It was amazing. But here's what we quickly found out. When you own a brick and mortar business, it truly owns you. And so we were truly, fighting for our time freedom. We didn't have it. We were constantly at the coffee shop. Even with my magazine, I ended up being able to sell my magazine before everything kind of crashed and everything happened. But even with that, I didn't own my own time. My magazine owned my time. My coffee shop owned my time. Everything that I dreamt wasn't exactly reality because I didn't really know what I was looking for. So after 3 businesses, I just thought, gosh, I just can't keep doing this. We weren't the type of income that we knew we could just be a one family income. We knew we needed both of us to work. So I went out and I started working. And although I didn't mind, I don't mind working. When I say I'm an entrepreneur and I love and I want to be home with my kids, sometimes I think, do people go, do you not like to have a job or people to tell you things what to do? And oh no, I can mold. I can do that. And I don't mind working. I feel I'm a hard worker. I just wanted to own my time. And so I was working when this opportunity presented itself to me. A friend of mine just came to me and said, man, you have worked so many different businesses. You should look at this. I think you would do great. And I just remember thinking, oh, I've done them. I don't want to. I'm tired. I don't know if I want to do the business. And definitely didn't want to do sales because I did sales with my magazine and it was a lot of work. So sales didn't attract me, but the products blew me away. what this company represented just blew my socks off. I was like, holy smokes. I mean, we're talking scientifically backed. We're talking something that nobody else has. And so I sat back and I thought about it long and hard for quite some time. And honestly, I couldn't get away from the dream of being that stay-at-home mom, that mom that said, I'm here with my kids and I can do what I want when I want with them. And so that little inner voice in my gut said, do this, do this, do this. And I said, all right. So I jumped in. And the beautiful part was, it wasn't the same as a brick and mortar business. I knew I had to be coachable. I knew I had to just say, I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do, and I'll do it. And I just did that. And I couldn't give up my 40-hour-a-week job at the time. So I had to do this on the side. I had to do this in the little cracks and crevices of my life, which was great. So I did that. And within, a year of just loving and having passion about what it was, this company stood for, it allowed me to quit to quit that job, to quit that job and be able to fulfill that dream. And so now for the last 5 years, the thing I'd been searching for the most literally fell in my lap, and I had no idea it would be a home-based business. I had no idea it would be me being able to sit behind my desk and just have passion about what I do and what I love. And just kind of sum it all up, like this year alone has really tested our family and has really tested this business and showed me that I truly 100% believe that not only was this opportunity meant for me, but it was also something given to me by God. And I know that 100% because in December, my grandbaby was born. Awesome. She's beautiful. She's amazing.
Congratulations.
December 29th. December 29th, she had some lung issues and she was admitted into the hospital in the NICU for I think it ended up being like 21 days. And during that time, I got to be at her side. I didn't have to ask a boss. I didn't have to take PTO and I didn't have to take any time off. I got to sit with my daughter and my son-in-law, and I got to hold their hand and cry with them and tell them it's going to be okay and pray with them. A lot of times just sit in the lobby and just wait to hear what's going on. And she's doing amazing now, phenomenal. And then life hit us again. And my husband, Papa, he decided that he was getting a little jealous because apparently I was spending too much time with the grandbaby. And my husband, we joke about this, he had a heart attack on January 3rd at the age of 47. Genetics kicked his butt, and it just is what it is. I mean, doctors scratch their head because he doesn't look the part of a heart attack, patient. But the cool part of all of this was because of this home-based business, I didn't leave my husband's side. I ran between, actually, I take that back. I stayed at the hospital with my husband 100%, but I was able to, pick our granddaughter up when she was released from the hospital, her and my daughter, and bring them home. But the thing that I want, I guess, everyone to hear and the biggest takeaway is, don't settle with your dreams. If you have a burning desire to do something, go after it. Ask every day for it to be present. And if an opportunity comes to you, even if it's something that looks and it's wrapped in a package that you're like, I don't like this package, take the opportunity and look at it, because I can promise you, for me, had I not been open enough to open that package up and listen to my inner gut that said, do this, I would not be where I am today. I would not have been sitting at my grandbaby's side. I would not have been sitting at my husband's side. Sorry. To go through that is horrible. But to go through it alone, and I was able to be there with him every step of the way and never have to ask a boss if I had to leave or and it's because I was open. So I encourage people, if in home-based business, if an opportunity of some sort just looks at you in the face, look back and ask yourself, is this something I need to do? So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah.
Jeanette, that's amazing. I don't even think I need to ask you any questions after that. I think you got it all in, and it just is beautiful. And you're a perfect example of why we all need this, why people should really seriously take a look at this business from the 21st century. Choices, everything. So with that, I'm going to go, thank you, Jeanette. I'm going to go to South Dakota in Sioux Falls to Mr. John Brooks, who is a wonderful person I've gotten to meet through this business. He is an advertising and marketing exec. He's actually been, I think, voted as top advertising director a couple of times in the nation. I mean, he's way up there. He's done a lot of political advertising campaigns, and he's married to his wife, Sandy, of 20 years. They have a beautiful German Shepherd, Roxy. And he's just a wonderful, heart-centered man that I just truly am happy to know. You're going to hear from him, his story, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, John, to interview or to introduce Dr. Gandhi, who you also were connected with because of this beautiful business that we are in. So John, take it away. Good to see you.
Marisa, thank you so much. And by the way, Jeanette, awesome. It's great to hear your story, and it's just been so fun to get to know you through this as well. Marisa, you've been awesome. It's just great to get to know you. And this business has just been an amazing, amazing change in my life. And my story, there was some major things that happened in my story that impacted this hugely for me. My background's in media and advertising, like Marisa said. And I started at a position at a job, and everything that could have gone right did. I almost doubled revenues at a business that had been in business for about 130 years. I got to break all the records and all that. I'm not trying to toot my horn on that, but just give perspective of kind of what happened. And then came the recession of 2008 and 9. And the reason I mentioned that was because here I'm living in this world, great things are happening. I mean, you know, I'm making more money than I ever did. You know, I'm everything that possibly could have happened good. And when the recession hit, it was really the biggest reality check that I've ever had, because I looked at millions of dollars of new revenue I brought into this company. And obviously during a recession, you know, business slows down and numbers go away. They came back eventually anyway, but at that time I'm just thinking, holy mackerel, this is crazy. It's like, you know, it really made me kind of think that, you know, if I leave this job, all that revenue, all that work, everything stayed on the inside of the threshold of the office. When I leave, there's no more checks coming, you know, for a decade and a half of working to accomplishing, you know, quite a bit in the corporate world, which you know, was exciting at the time. So it really made me receptive. So when I got a phone call from a former client of mine who worked with me with his U.S. senatorial bid, and I got a call from him, and I drove 6 hours across the state and had dinner with him. And I walked out of that restaurant like, wow, you know, and I was majorly receptive, because what I thought my reality was, what, you know, all this wonderful stuff that's happening really changed in a really short time. And so that was really my introduction. The other thing that was the major impact was there's six boys in my family. I'm the youngest, and I've lost 4 of them already. So there is a major need for health, for education, letting people know that, you know, what we have. And the cool thing about our company, you know, Dr. Gandhi's going to come on in a little bit, but I've worked with a lot of doctors in this business, and what we have, you know, is amazing. And that science and that peer review studies and that technology is attracting the top doctors in the world to what we have, which is so exciting. So when I saw this opportunity there, all the bells and whistles, all the criteria, you know, the product line, unique product line, you know, the timing, the trends, you know, the comp, everything, you know, the perfect storm of an opportunity was there. And I was really excited because I wanted to develop that financial safety net for my family, because I thought, hey, what are the big what ifs in life? What if I'm on the road a lot, you know, and I love what I do, but I don't have time. And I love what I do, but I love my wife and my family more. And I wanted to develop a financial safety net. So if something happened to me, guess what? My wife would be taken care of with a monthly leveraged income. And in sales, you can make a lot of money. You can do very well. But guess what? Once you stop selling, they stop sending checks to you. So it made a lot of sense to me to develop something that would continue to go, like Warren Buffett says, find a way to make money when you sleep. And I can't sell advertising and media when I'm sleeping, okay? And so if I could develop something that continues to pay me from the work I did years and years ago, it's amazing. I mean, with the pandemic here, you know, it's like, you know, our business has slowed down like all businesses have, but it's like, man, a little reminder on the 15th of the month is like, wow, look what the years before what we did, you know, we dug the well before we were thirsty. And that was a really, really big thing. So along with the financial part of the business has really helped me become someone different. I mean, it really is helped me develop a lot of skills that need to be done. And it's just been a blessing to be able to be at the forefront of a new technology and to be able to brand this technology and tell the world about what we have. And it is luring healthcare professionals and is luring people that really was exciting to me. That really, I mean, there's a lot of fantastic companies out there, a lot of great products, but ours is really special. It's really different. And it's just been such a blessing to be a part of that.
It is so true. Sometimes it feels too good to be true, but it is true. and and I think John, you know, you hit the nail on the head, and the person that you can become by doing something like this, the personal growth aspect, I know, has been a huge component for you as well. And because of that, John met, because of his incredible marketing skills, he met Dr. Pratishka Gandhi, who, oh my goodness, you guys, she is a global healthcare leader, one of the top cardiologists, preventative cardiologists in the world, who is now a part of our company as well. She is an author, a speaker, a researcher, extremely passionate about educating people about preventative heart disease. And that's how John met her. And John, I don't know if you want to say anything before Dr. Gandhi speaks, but please take the stage or the platform if you'd like before Dr. Gandhi speaks. And go ahead, Dr. Gandhi, and unmute yourself.
Absolutely. I met Dr. Gandhi through social media, and you know, when I got done looking at her CV online, I sit back in my seat a little bit. Well, this is an amazing doctor. This is she has accomplished amazing things, a lot of firsts, you know, and one of the top global cardiologists in the world. And so the big thing with me was, what if this amazing doctor does not know about our technology, which is like, I'm sure she does. But I thought, what if? And so I reached out to her, and we started the conversation, and we started the ball rolling. And what was really cool about, I mean, when you get to know Dr. Gandhi, she is a humble, amazing, one of the most loving people I've ever met. And besides her professional side, she has an amazing other side too. But when she started looking at our technology, you know, I'm laughing. I'm thinking of some of the crazy texts back and forth that were flying back and forth, and I remember a few of them were wow. And so I'm thinking, if one of the top cardiologists in the world looks at our technology and says, "Wow," oh, that says a lot. And so, as you know, as we do in this business, we reach out and we meet people, we develop a relationship, and then we tell them more about what we have. And so what we did with Dr. Gandhi is I got on and we did a Zoom, we did a presentation, and then, you know what, she's a cardiologist, so let's bring another colleague in, another cardiologist to get to talk to her and relate to her. And so one of our partners, Dr. Gordon, came on and met her, as well as our other partners, and she got to see really that this is more than technology. It's more than finances. It's about a world message about getting this technology out, helping a lot of people, and really, I mean, being first, in the first stages of this amazing company. So with that, Dr. Gandhi, I'm going to have you come on. I can't wait to hear you. I'm going to be quiet.
Yes, thank you so much. Wonderful people, Marisa, Janet, and John. John, yes, thank you so much for all the love and attention. I think I always feel like you are my brother from another mother. Like it's like whenever I hear you. Everyone has shared about their stories and about entrepreneurship. I just wanted to tell a little bit about myself and my background, because when anyone hears about me, they think that, oh, everything must be on a silver platter. Maybe I must be having some parents as doctors and some kind of that background, which generally is. But I was born and brought up in Mumbai, and my parents had not even made it to college because of financial issues. And I was literally in a small, like we just had one room, and we had common toilets. So you can imagine that I didn't have any blueprint of being an entrepreneur. And I could not even think of becoming a doctor, because there was no means actually. Like my father gave me a dream to become a doctor, but I didn't have any wings, because at the same time he said that I don't have money to pay for your education, So one thing which even Janet said, that never give up on your dreams, that I always wanted to become a doctor because my why was very strong. I wanted to help people and serve. And as my last name stands, Gandhi, which is actually, Mahatma Gandhi was the father of our nation, and he wrote a beautiful autobiography, My Experiments with Truth, which I would recommend, and which really motivated me that to live a simple life, a humble life, non-violence. So I brought up with all the things. I got into medicine on merit. Luckily, I could make through. I started entrepreneurship at the age of 18. I started coaching. I started creating income. So apart from being a doctor, I have been an entrepreneur since the age of 18, because to fund my education and all. And after that, I thought I was a hospital owner, and a lot of things I've been doing. To cut the long story short, what I wanted to say was that, like what Marisa said, that entrepreneurs don't wait for something to happen, they create it. I think that's the theme line what we are talking today. And in way back in 1997, 98, there was nothing like preventive cardiology existing in India. And I really worked upon and became the first woman preventive cardiologist of India. And I took the whole nation into preventive and non-invasive cardiology, and got all the accolades, and have been a lot of brick and mortar person with almost 20 clinics, running staff of more than hundreds of people, cured more than 100,000 of patients. But one thing, as Jennifer, John, everyone says that, you don't have this time freedom, right? So because you're so much involved into things, and you really, as you spend like 20-30 years now down the line, you feel that somewhere you just want to sit back, and if things were automated, and if you had some wonderful community, how great would be that, So when John Brooks reached out to me and spoke about this amazing company and the cutting edge products which are offered, they were very much in alignment with what I was doing in my practice, because I'm coaching people about prevention of heart attacks, and oxidative stress is one of the root cause actually, which creates this chronic inflammation. And the products were all science-backed, peer-reviewed, and I really felt so dumb that I've been attending the conferences in American College of Cardiology, which is the world's best, and American Heart Association, and I never get to learn all these things, but I get to learn from advertising and marketing person. So I really found this whole business very intriguing, that and how on earth and then he made me, like, as I told, that I met a lot of amazing doctors in the team, Dr. Gordon, Dr. Silverman, and all. So I felt that it is a very incredible company. It is not only the products, because if I like the products, you can always use the products and maybe you're done with it, or you can recommend to your patients. But I decided to join and to be in the business. It was for the community of the like-minded people, and people who want to make a difference, the people who are out there to stand by you. And I think that becomes very important, because generally in the traditional business, you're all competing, you're trying to put each other down. Like, I mean, I had so much of results, but most of the times I would never get that kind of appreciation, of what is being done by me. Because when you are in a, like, having your own clinics, you're like in your own island, and you're not connected with other people. Like, and generally when you meet people in the conference, it's like they look that high, like, on the face, but behind it's not good. You can feel the vibes. So here is a wonderful community. I see that what John talked about, leveraged income, about training, about creating your teams. So all these things basically helps you so much to grow and evolve and feel as a human being, because at the end of the day, they say that, almost like 70% of your happiness comes through superior human relationships. It's not about the money, but how we value and respect each other as human beings, and how we learn, grow, evolve. So I think, dear friends, whoever is listening to us, what I would like to say is that if you're the ones looking at an amazing business, an amazing company with a lot of science-backed products, and amazing group of people where you want to educate yourself about health, because my whole view of medicine changed, actually, to be honest. I reached a point when I learned about the science behind all these products. I felt that I don't have to give prescriptions, because it's useless. Because when we can learn about going to the root cause of the diseases, so I decided, now I've gone actually completely virtual. I closed down my brick and mortar clinics. I've gone completely virtual. I'm offering health programs like virtually, and I'm also leveraging on these products to my patients. Because what I feel is that if you educate people, you're empowering them. You're empowering them to prevent the diseases, and you're also helping them evolve to grow and become better human beings. And in this process, I'm also becoming better, and I'm also evolving as I'm learning and growing with this amazing group of people and company. So my final take-home message for you guys would be, since I think I'm the last one, please ask yourself some deep questions. That what is your why? And I really like Simon Sinek. If you can just go on YouTube and find his video, why you do what you do. I think that's very important, that why you do what you do. Because you have to understand that whenever you get a new business opportunity, you get, oh, I have not done this before, how will I do this, how will I get there? You have this negative part of your brain which just starts jumping and you become frozen. But you have got a positive part of your brain which will take you forward. So if your why is strong, like I have never done the business module which is in this company. I've never done ever before. But my why was very strong. My why was that I want to help people prevent diseases and help treat the root cause, which is oxidative stress. So my why was very strong. So all the how-to came in with this amazing group of experts with me on here, like all Marisa, John, Jennifer, all, and many of them. How-to is there in this community, but your why has to be very strong. And if your why is strong, you can definitely find your ways. So take home this one message. And second is that, what is a relationship with the money? Because if you feel that, okay, fine, I'm having a job, I'm having this, I'm having that, I don't need money, or this money, many people, I don't deserve it. We have a lot of these feelings of issues with self-image, self-worth. Our blueprint is not good. So I would suggest that please read this book by T. Harv Eker, which is Millionaire Mindset. You can get it on Amazon. And please work on your wealth blueprint, your relationship with the money. Okay. So I would love that if you could just do this. And that is my little advice, that please awaken that entrepreneur in you. You deserve a better life, a better lifestyle, and be a captain of yourself and master of your mind. And thank you so much for having me here, Marisa, John, and Jennifer. And it has been wonderful talking.
Wow, Dr. Gandhi, let's give her some love and hearts. Oh my goodness, that is just, thank you so much for all that you said. That was one of the most incredible speeches I've ever heard. I mean, really, it's so true. What is our why? And what is our relationship with money? Because it's not just the cash. It's not that. It's what you become and how you help others. And it's all energy. And you being from the most sacred lands on this universe, India, which I have been fortunate to be in a couple of times, your heart and soul is there. You're all about the mind, body, spirit connection, and how this wove into your world. And it just came your way because of who you are and your mission, just like it did for Jeanette and John and myself. It was something that found us, and that we could make the decision whether we wanted to be those people to help support this movement, which is critically important and more important today than ever before. So thank you, everybody, for sharing from your heart and soul. And Dr. Gandhi, incredible. Why do you do what you do? The Simon Sinek, I love that. It's so true, finding our why. And I think each one of us, we all have stories. For those of you that are listening to the replay, for those of you that are on this live, we all have a story. And we all have, I think, a fire igniting inside of us. And some of us just burn it out. They don't let this fire just keep going and let this flame grow. They have this burning desire that they can feel burning in their heart, but they never quite do what they want to do to achieve those dreams. And this is also huge why I do what I do, because this, and all of you here, because this is allowing people to grow themselves in ways they may not have grown before. So thank you again so much. I appreciate you all. I'm going to stop the recording. Have a beautiful day, everybody. And if you're a listener and you just want to talk, reach out to us. We're here to help you, to answer questions that might be a huge benefit for you, for your life as you move forward, because we all need to be smarter when it comes to taking care of ourselves. Okay, so thank you.